Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be showing you the product launch formula to raising 100,000 and beyond in 30 days using crowdfunding. This is without investing in expensive inventory. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm really pumped to be giving you this amazing stuff, and hopefully you'll learn a lot of value from this. So what are we going to cover today? We're going to be covering the launch formula that brings you 6 to 7 figures before spending on any inventory. We're going to be showing you how to create money grabbing offers that will have people fighting over your product, similar to how Apple has people lining up around the block and fighting each other when there's an iPhone giveaway. We're going to be learning how to validate your idea even before you spend a single penny. And the last but not least, how to stand out in a very competitive market using videos. So this is one of our clients, Octopus Watch. You can see on day one, we helped them raise $65,000. This is incredible stuff. This is a very niche product. It was for kids. Before we got involved, the maximum that a kids product had raised was only 20,000. So we went in and smashed the record, helped it raise 65,000 on day one. This project went on to raise 1.3 million. This is another project we had. This is an arcade gaming machine. It was competing against the likes of PlayStation, Xbox, and everyone else out there to clamor for market space. We came up with a marketing strategy that I'm going to be sharing with you in today's webinar. It managed to raise 213,000 in day one. It went on to raise nearly 700,000 in total throughout the campaign. So these are the results that you can also expect. Let's go into another one. So this is Ox White. This is actually a very different story. This is one of my students who went on to raise 1.2 million. So, they've gone on to raise even more money than what I was trying to teach them, right? But this is what it is. You can raise a lot more money. 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400, 5,000. It's really up to you how you apply what I'm going to be showing you throughout this webinar. But these guys were selling white shirts. So again, a very basic product. They ended up doing 1.2 million on a crowdfunding website. I've helped raise 31 million just through our agency and have helped over 47 different industries. So no matter what type of product you have, no matter what type of thing that you've created, what I'm about to show you works for any niche. So that's really important. It works for any niche. So don't think that this doesn't work for you. Check out the webinar, look at what I'm going to teach you, and this is going to change the way you think. It's mistakes that I used to make constantly when I was failing at business. And now that I've learned this system, it's guaranteed me success every time. So at the end, if you guys stay towards the end of this campaign, I'm going to be making sure I give you one of my best special bonuses. So it's a one-time bonus for those who stay to the very end. So it's an additional incentive for you guys to stick around and do some learning. I'm going to tell you a bit more about myself. I started, the first project I ever did was in 2015. Before this, I was involved in lots of different businesses. All of the businesses had very marginal success. And I'm going to tell you the number one reason why this failed in this webinar. And since I've realized that, it's what's led me to be successful right now. So this was one of the first campaigns I worked on. It ended up raising 1.6 million. It raised $250,000 in 56 minutes. What I did with this campaign was we built up a community before the product even launched, before we even had the finished product, before we even ordered inventory for this product. We had put together a marketing campaign. We had thought of marketing first and then the product second. And this is one of the key things that a lot of people make as a mistake. This was the first project I helped raise. 1.6 million by putting together this strategy of building up an audience, building up a community of people interested in your product. Since then, I've gone on to help raise a lot of money. I've had a lot of success, and I teach a lot of people on how to build a success for themselves. For those of you looking at this webinar, this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not for those people who want to launch a product to market and scam people out of their money. This is not what this is. I, hand on heart, want to help people improve their situation. I want to help make sure that you are a success, so that way you can hire other people, that way you can employ other people, that way you can live a good life yourself, and there's a massive domino effect. And this is why I actually help people out. I don't need to be doing this. I've got a lot of investments. I've got a lot of businesses on other areas. This is one of the ways that actually gives me joy, because I can help pass on this knowledge to you. But I want you guys to do this ethically. I don't want you to use this in a way that gets you, I'm not here giving people a quick scam technique or anything like that. You're going to have to put hard work in. You're going to have to work really, really hard, and you're going to have to apply this. That's the main thing. A lot of people sit on webinars and don't go and apply it. So I want you to go through this and apply it. So let's go into the usual boring launch, as I like to call it. So first of all, you're going to have a brilliant product idea. Then what you're going to do is, after thinking about it for a while, going back and forth, asking your wife, asking your cousin, asking your friends, you're going to then go and hire a development company. Once you've done that, spent another 50,000 to 100,000 or whatever you're spending to develop this, you're going to go and manufacture this product. So you're then going to go and produce a ton of units that you're going to have to put down a sum of money. And then you're going to launch that product. You're going to put it up on your website. You're going to start, and then you're going to start driving the marketing. So already you can probably see my annoyance with this system, but this is what we're taught. This is what normal business tells us. It's a broken system. This is a broken system. I want you to repeat, this is a broken system, because this is not the way to launch businesses. This is what happens when you launch a business with this old, boring method. You're going to get, if you put up a website and you start telling friends, family, you're going to share it out on social media, you're going to get a couple of sales. You get a couple of sales from your friends and family, but that's it. Then you've got a long period of time where you have no sales coming in at all. And this is what boring launches look like. This is what boring results look like. This is what failure looks like. You're slow, and you're just thinking to yourself, oh, every penny I earn, I'm going to reinvest. This is a slow burn to failure. You're going to end up wasting 3-4 years of your time before you realize that this was an epic mistake of your life. And this is exactly what happened to me. I realized this when I launched a lot of businesses. I would think bootstrapping was the way forward. I'd be doing it very slowly. But what they say is it's better to fail fast than do this, because if you spend 3 years, there's a massive opportunity cost. You're not earning money. You're not doing anything. So this is a broken system. This is the wrong way to launch your product to market. And I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I'm going to show you the proven alternative that's working. And it's the one that's helped us generate 31 million in 47 different industries. So what if 90 days before you launched your product, you did all of this? You did your email marketing, you created your Facebook groups, you created your Instagram, you did YouTube advertising, you did Facebook advertising. You did all of this before 90 days. Do you think your product is going to be a success after doing this? The answer is yes. If you do all of this and you've built up a marketing, you've tested it out, you're going to be in a much better position to succeed. Now, where can you find an already existing hungry audience that is aware of your potential product and also can pre-order? So this is where Indiegogo and Kickstarter come in. This is the platforms that we generally use when we're launching new products to market. Why is that? It's because these guys have early adopters. These guys have a community that is primed with the thought of pre-ordering. What pre-ordering means is that people will give you money for your product even before you've got inventory, and they don't expect delivery for anywhere between 2 to 3 years. They don't expect delivery. So this is why this model is brilliant. You could think of a product, you could do some basic MVP of that product, and you could launch it on these platforms and generate pre-orders and get a validation for your product. But this is not where I want you to stop. This is the basic thing that you can do, but I'm going to be showing you a lot more. So this is exactly what we did with one of the first products I launched. And as you can see, we raised nearly $500,000 on day one with this exact formula. And we're going to be getting into the nuts and bolts of it in the next couple of slides. What you got to realize is that this exact launch strategy can be used on anything. So it's not just by using it on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Indiegogo and Kickstarter are launch vehicles. You can use exactly what I'm showing you in this webinar to do an Amazon launch, to do a book launch, to launch your SaaS business, to launch a movie, to launch a website, to launch a podcast, to launch a music career. You can do any of this stuff. And I have a lot of students that are doing multitude of things. So don't be just drawn in and thinking that I'm restricted to Kickstarter and Indiegogo. That's not the case. You can use this and apply it to anywhere. Just think of what Elon Musk did, right? If you guys know this story, Elon Musk launched the Cybertruck. He got up on stage, did a whole presentation, used his star power and said, hey guys, we've created this amazing Cybertruck. He also went and threw a rock at it, right? And he said that actually the windows were indestructible, but the windows ended up shattering. This ended up getting him a lot of PR coverage, free marketing worldwide. The other thing that he did, which was really important, he started taking pre-orders, right? He started taking pre-orders for this truck that wasn't going to go into development until 4 years later. And look at the numbers. He ended up getting 146,000 orders. And by the end of it, he had nearly 187,000 with no advertising, no paid endorsements. I'm not saying that all of you guys are Elon Musk, but this is exactly what Elon Musk did as the launch strategy. He launched a product to the market with and put in the advertising and marketing before he even launched it. So he's not gone and made 20,000 units to 100,000 units. He's asked people to pay a deposit to actually secure their car in advance. You can also do this for books. So I launched my book, which is now a bestseller on Amazon, all to do with Facebook advertising and Indiegogo. It was on the top 100 list in advertising, which is a huge category. So let's go into the nuts and bolts. So the number one mistake I see why products fail is because they're not doing that launch system properly, right? The second reason I see products fail is because the product offer they have is not strong enough. So this is all about making your product offer really strong, so then when people see what you have to offer, they will bite. So this was an example of a campaign we did. The campaign's name is Mobiscribe. Mobiscribe was a e-ink notepad, and the first time this campaign launched, they had raised $500. It was an epic failure. I remember speaking to the creator, and the creator was very disappointed. He was like, oh, I spent thousands on this new product and it raised $500. Now this product is useless. I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out a new product. I said to the creator, no, give me a chance. Let me think about how to make this stronger. So what we did, we went through the messaging, we went through the core selling points of this product, and we rearranged it. We made it a better product offer. So the number one thing that a lot of people and a lot of the users wanted this product for, or would be potentially using it for, is that they're the people that like to write on paper. They're the people who like to make notes. They're the people who like to use diaries. They're the people who blog a lot. So what we did was that the number one selling point of this product was that it writes just like real paper. And that's what we used in it. And we said never use notebooks again, because this was what people are currently using. Focused productivity for the professional. So people who are buying this are usually, if people are writing notes, they're looking for productivity, they're professionals. This is the demographic and the target market. We also put down the features of the product, but with benefits. So anti-glare screen, pressure sensitive stylus, touchscreen, compact size, adjustable front light, e-ink screen. So all of these things are features that are really crucial to why someone would buy it. And because we presented it as a stronger product, it ended up raising $500,000. And this was just a change that we did, right? Making the product sound more valuable than it is. If you think about what this product was, it was nearly $200. So people didn't stack up the value. They were saying, oh, this isn't worth $200. I could buy something like this on Alibaba, or I could buy something like this already. So what we had to do was go in and show that this actually was worth $200 and is worth their time. This is the test that I like to share with people when you're thinking about your ideas. It's called the iPhone test. So what I want you to do is think about a bar of soap and then compare it to an iPhone. If you told someone, hey, look, I'm giving away an iPhone, people would jump. They would maybe even be likely to fight over each other. But if you told someone that you're giving away a bar of soap, no one would care, right? So our challenge is, how can we make this bar of soap more sexy? So this is how you make a bad idea a good idea. It's called value stacking. So rather than selling the bar of soap alone, what you could do is you could offer it as a gift basket. Now people's perceived value of this product is much, much higher, and people would more likely fight over this idea. The same thing with a book. Rather than presenting a book only, you can present the book with the transcripts, how to work book, CDs, and various other things. So this is how you can stack it up, and it's the same thing that you'd be doing for a physical product. Rather than presenting the product on its own, i.e. a water bottle, you would say this water bottle is self-sanitizing, this water bottle is durable, this water bottle is tough as bolts, adding up the value in the perceived mind of the customer. And that's how you can get the big bucks from people. The next thing is, how do you make a product stand out? So there's 7 different ways of making products stand out, and different ways of differentiating it. We're going to be going into one of the key ways later on, but this is a great graph to help you break things down. You can also be differentiating by the form factor, so i.e. the design of it, the shape of it, or the size. So rather than having a square, you could have a circle, triangle, or you can have, rather than a black product, you can have a white product. Rather than, the big trend recently has been turning everything away from single-use plastics, and this is one of the big things that you can do. The next way you can differentiate a product is through its features. So you've probably seen a lot of products where they have each of the feature broken down. So for example, this travel pant had lots of features that it may look like, right? It's got 6 pockets, it's dynamic stretch, packable weight, front media pocket, rear pocket. It may seem excessive to others, but actually people think that this trouser has a lot more value than it actually has, right? If you just told people this was a trouser, they would probably think it's not worth $50. But if you tell them, okay, 6 pockets, stain resistant, it's extendable hem, highly breathable, front pocket, like, it adds value, because people will be sitting there and go, oh, 6 pockets, probably worth $10. So it's stacking up the value again. This is another way to differentiate, so it's through performance. So this was a headphone company, and what they did was saying that the performance was better than Bose. So that's again a way to differentiate. You can compare yourself directly to your competitors and use that as a differentiating point. So hopefully, number one, you've understood ways of making your offer better. If you can make your offer better, that's half of the battle, because a lot of people fail at making a solid offer that people can actually purchase or they're gonna back. The second battle people have is that they've started with the wrong idea in the first place. So what you can do is you can start validating your idea. So you can do this validation test at the very beginning of the process. So even before, soon as you have an idea, you can create some 3D sketches, or you can put up a product that looks similar to what you want to create. And you can set up a landing page funnel and test it out whether people want it. Later on, if you've already created a product, you've gone through the expenses of sticking up and creating these prototypes, then you can again validate your idea with more of the finalized product. But before you go in and spend on inventory, this is something that you can do. So what you've got to do is first see whether people are actually interested in the product you've created. So what you can do is you can create a very simple landing page. It can tell people, okay, you know, what is this product? What's the summary of it? Why people should buy it? What is the number one benefit of buying this product? So for this example, we've created an audio solution. The true pioneers of next-gen sound systems. The awesome benefit can be it delivers 360-degree audio that's better than Bose. You know, so that's like a benefit that you can showcase. And then what people would do is they would click on learn more. Once they click on learn more, they are diverted to the next page. On the next page, it says, sorry, we are sold out. Sign up to be notified when we are back in stock. And what you get for signing up is 50% off when we have to launch. You get access to our VIP group, and you can also get a free ebook that tells you about great audio. So then people would sign up to be notified. Once they sign up, they can go on to this third page, which is actually testing the ability to buy this. Or what you can have is, rather than this sign up button, you can also have the buy now aspect and see how many people actually click on that buy now. You can work out the numbers on the back end, because through the data of the landing pages, you can work out what's happening in your funnel, where people are going to the different bits and bobs in the funnel, and you can see whether people are actually interested in this. The deposit play is an additional thing that you can do. So once someone has seen your product and signed up, you can ask them on the next page to place a $7 or a $10 deposit to reserve your product. And again, you can see how qualified this person is. If you get a lot of people paying a deposit, then you know that your product is something that people want. So this is why the deposit play is really, really important to this whole structure. So by now you've gone through all of the things, three things that really are really important to a solid launch. So you've understood that the old product launch system was broken. You've understood that the new product launch system is the better way of doing things. You've understood that you need a strong product offer to get people to buy. And the other thing you've understood is that you need to validate your initial idea. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create fans that love you. And this is another core part of this. You want people to love who you are. You want people to love your story. You want people to love what you've created. And that's really important. So for anyone that doesn't know who this is the film The Greatest Showman. And what this film is all about doesn't really matter, but this guy, what you've got to almost be is you've got to be the show person. You are the company's best salesperson. The people that see you, it's so much better than people that don't see you. You don't necessarily have to be the face of the company, but it is something that's going to help separate you out from the noise. Think about Nike, right? If you were going to create a trainer that competes directly against Nike and you've called it Croc, if you now compete the two against each other, what's going to happen? No one's going to buy Croc because no one knows what it is. And Nike spends billions on marketing. But what if you got up on a video and said, hey, my name's Sam Patel, I'm the creator of Croc. This is a comfortable new trainer that I've created that allows you to walk without stressing out your back. Now, boom. So people see who you are, they trust you, and they understand their selling points. The number one reason why a lot of people don't buy on places like crowdfunding or maybe buy from you is that they don't trust you. So by doing this, by putting your face out there, people are gonna trust you. And this is exactly what Jong did from iArcade. iArcade was an amazing product. It was a arcade machine. It's competing against all the modern day consoles, but the aim is to put it in an arcade format. And Jong would get up on a weekly call. He would do a weekly live on the Facebook, talking to people, talking to the community, getting them involved. And this is what the result is. 213,000 raised on day one. And that is amazing. It ended up raising nearly 700,000. We built up a group of nearly 6.3 thousand members. So you can see the numbers here. And there's the happy chap Jong right there. So this was the weekly videos he would go up and go live on. He'd explain the product. He'd explain all of this. And that's how he got people loving him. People were like, wow, we're so glad that you're doing these weekly lives. And people ended up loving him. People loved him so much they were asking for his autograph. You don't necessarily have to do that. This was another project that we launched called Barboza. Barboza was a beard straightening device, and there's hundreds of beard straightening devices. You just do an Amazon search and you can see hundreds of them. The reason this product raised so much was because we created a community. We created a community of people who love beards. And people in this community group were talking about problems they had with their beards. And look at the copy here. Barboza, straighten wild beard heads in minutes. It's easy to use and you can take it anywhere. It livens up all the dry, itchy and rough beards. Where do you think we got that from? From the Facebook group we created. We asked people directly what is the biggest challenge or problem they have with their beards. And people would tell us. And we just applied that in our copy. So as soon as someone saw this product, they knew exactly it's for them, right? So you're using what people tell you exactly in your community. And we ended up creating a very successful group that's still running with a lot of people talking about their beards. You can also use this in your email strategy. So you can have a picture of yourself. People are more likely to open it if they think it's someone at the company emailing them rather than a generic info email address. So what I've done here is I've included a picture of myself and I've told people to add me as a friend. So now, how do you bring all of that together? We've covered everything that you need to actually bring home a successful project. So parts of the successful project. Most of it has to do with understanding your product, understanding whether your product is right, understanding whether people are going to be interested in this product. Now what you do to bring it all together is all about making the money. So this is the launch money formula. You want to aim for X amount of signups. We're just going to take 20,000 signups here as an example. If our selling price is $99 and we get a conversion rate of 5%, that means our day one sales only are nearly 100,000. If you're going to be using crowdfunding platforms as a launch vehicle, they will be driving you an additional 20 to 40% additional revenue through their audiences. And that's what's so powerful. So you can generate 100,000 and the platforms themselves might generate 20,000 to 40,000 themselves. And this is only just the first day. By the end of the campaign, you're going to be rolling in it. Trust me. At the end of this process, you're going to be so happy if you do this right. The reason why you're about to make so much money if you follow this whole process is something called the snowball effect.
So what happens is those initial people that you generate on the first day of the campaign. So if you raise 25,000, for example, within that first day, you're going to be trending on the platform. You're going to be trending on Kickstarter. You're going to be trending on Indiegogo, and they're going to put you on the major spots on the homepage. They're going to promote you. They're going to do mail outs for you. They're going to do all this stuff. And what happens is it creates a massive roll on effect. So as people see the different levels, wow, this project's raised 50,000. Wow, this project's raised 100,000. You're going to be able to get more and more people, because every time you're going to be able to create mini events by sending out emails. You've got an excuse to send out one and say, hey, we've just raised 50,000. Hey, we've just raised 100,000. Hey, we've been featured by Kickstarter. Hey, we've been featured by Indiegogo. And the more money people see, the more backers people see, this is going to end up making people have the FOMO effect, which is the fear of missing out. People don't want to miss out on such a great product because they feel like they must be missing out on something if they're not part of this product. So this is why you end up getting a snowball effect. So if you do the campaign launch correctly, you'll end up getting an exponential snowball effect going on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that short presentation. We just went through some of the elements of the TLFES system, the one that we've created, the one that's responsible for all these successful campaigns. And to learn actually more about this, you're not going to be able to get that just from that short presentation. So what I want to enable you guys to do so you're successful, I want to make sure that you guys achieve success, because my whole thing is about helping others succeed. That's why we only take on 7 projects every quarter. I truly believe in the domino effect. If you're able to create a success, then you're then able to go ahead and create success for others. You're going to be hiring people. You're going to be providing jobs at factories. There's a huge domino effect. So I want you guys to make sure you have all the tools to truly make sure you're successful in what you're about to do. So, I wanted to create something really special for you guys for taking the time watching this video. So here's 3 of the ways that you can potentially work with me. For those of you asking, you can either do it yourself. We have a training course that you can apply. It goes through all of our learnings, has the swipe files included. So they're literally plug and play templates that you can just plug into what you're doing, and it's going to help you raise a good amount of money. We recommend doing the training course if you're looking to raise less than 50,000. The done with you service is the consulting. So if you are not confident, just doing a training course, and you want someone to handheld you all the way through, you get to speak to me, you get to speak to my Facebook teams. So there'll be group coaching calls for you to attend and ask any questions or things that you get stuck on. This again is for those looking to raise less than 50,000. If you want the cream de la cream and the excellent service that we provide, sorry, that was a terrible French accent. And if any of you are French, if you are ridiculed, or if you are really upset at my impression, then I do apologize. But the done for you service is the agency service. And this is really where, you get the full whack of how we work with you. So for those looking for the training course, just go to this URL. The training course is usually $997, but for today only, it is $397. It's a thank you for those of you watching this webinar, and it might get taken down anytime. So it's recommended that you give it a whirl and try it out. For those looking for our done with you or done for you agency, we again have very specific requirements. We cannot work with people that don't have money or are broke, or people that have the mindset that, they're blaming others for their failures. We want positive people. We want people that are going to be taking this seriously, because the work you put in is directly relevant to how successful you are. We also want people that are going to be doing good. We don't want people that are going to take this training course or work with us and not end up delivering the product. So, whenever we sign people up, we make sure that they promise to do good. They promise to go ahead and then go and hire people based on that success. So it's really important that, while looking for these type of people, you will need to invest money to make money. If you want to do this properly, if you want to raise a good amount of money, if you want to change your life, if you want to create a successful business, not just a side hustle or a part-time business, then you will need to do it properly, and you will need to have the mindset to do it properly. So if you are ready, then I want you to click on the button below, which is to schedule a call. So those people that should be calling me are people that have a project ready and are planning to launch it in the next 4 to 8 months. This is key because these are the people that we can help directly. Those people that aren't quite ready right now, maybe go ahead and do the training course so that way you can understand the industry, how it works, learn a bit more about crowdfunding, look at your product, look at how to build it better, all of these things. You realize that you need to spend money to make money. So that's really important, because anyone working with our agency, we're looking for people that want to aim to raise over 100,000. So if you're looking for the full service of our agency, you're looking to raise at least a minimum 100,000. And that's really crucial. The next thing is that you are ready right now to take advantage of our system and the work that we are prepared to do for you. So you are ready, willing, and able to take advantage of us. So if you're ready to do that, then book a call below. Just click on that and you can book in. You're going to be able to speak to our team, and they're going to be able to guide you. If you're confused or you don't know what to do best, then again, just book. There's no harm in having a call. Human connection and creating calls is what everything's about. If you're scared to make a simple call, then how can you expect that your business is going to be successful? So you need to make these small decision of just booking a call, and make sure you turn up, because my team's time, my time, sometimes I even jump on these calls. So the last thing I want is for someone not to turn up for these calls. So it's really important that you turn up for these calls. You speak to us, you speak to me or the team or whoever's there at the time, and you make yourself a promise that you're gonna, regardless of what happens, you're gonna follow your dream through. The last thing I want you to do is have an idea, have a dream, and not follow it through. So please book a call. Let's connect. Let's have a conversation. And at the end of the day, we're gonna help give you some guidance, even if you're not ready, or even if you've got an idea but you're unsure of what to do. You're going to learn from people who have been in this industry and who have created successes. So don't be fearful of that call. Make that call, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a free 30-minute, 20-minute consultation that's going to go into your project, look at your idea, come up with some creative ideas for you, how you can create a really successful product. So book that call, and look forward to working with you and creating success together.